Brian Powell of I Run Far here with Dylan Bowman of Team Pearl Zumi. How you doing, Dylan?
Excellent. Happy to be here.
Yeah, saw you a bunch early in the season, back at Bandera when you were trying to sneak into the Western States. Did not.
A little bit of a heartbreaker there, yes.
Fourth man, just missing out, and then you went to Leona and qualified and got to run Western.
Yeah, that was sort of the highlight of the early season.
Yeah.
Tough go in the last 15 or 20, but happy to get it done and look forward to next year for sure.
Did you learn anything sort of falling back there at the last 20 miles of Western States in June?
Yes, absolutely. And that was to manage a race in an intelligent way rather than run through every low point I have, sort of slow down and reevaluate and sort of roll with the punches and see how things develop and just run with a little bit more intelligence and a little bit more awareness of sort of my condition.
Yeah. Well, this race is a little different. Unlike Western States, we're really, finishing top 10. You're, whether you're 4th or 6th or 7th, it matters sort of. Like there's personal pride in that. Here, there's prize money 5 deep and big prize money up front. How does that change things up? Does it for you?
Well, yeah, certainly. I mean, it's definitely a carrot at the end of the stick and will help the last 10 miles sort of, help you find a little bit of motivation in those last few miles. And but overall, that's not necessarily where I find my motivation for running these races. And, I won't lie, I would like to finish in the money and hopefully as close to the top as possible. I certainly hope to not be racing down this hill against somebody for a stack of cash at the end.
But I think there's going to be people racing up that first slope. What do you think?
No. I mean, my strategy going into Western was absolutely to just send it from the start. And, things didn't turn out the way I wanted to there. So I'm taking a totally different tact here. And that is to start slow and sort of let things develop and let myself settle in. And then hopefully have a strong last 30 because that's really where I fell apart. At Western, that's really the most important part of the race, so I hope to be able to close.
Most of that last 30, if you run a good race, is going to be in the dark. How do you think with the afternoon start plays and everything?
Yeah, it's different. I've never run a race like this before. Quite honestly, pretty much 100% of my training is done early in the morning, so I pretty much, if things go well, like you said, I won't be running early in the morning at all. And I really didn't do much night running in preparation, and that's mostly because I have a day job where I have to work in the mornings, and just running at night doesn't really figure into my personal schedule well. But I think I'll carry a couple lights and extra batteries, and it's just running at the end of the day. It's just a matter of staying awake and focused.
Yeah. So you obviously we're in great shape all through the first half of the year. What have you done sort of Western States in terms of training? What have you focused on?
Well, Western really hurt me, man. I didn't feel good for a long time afterwards. I mean, really through speed goat. Really wasn't feeling it. Still putting in lots of hours. In terms of mileage, I don't keep track, or time, really, I don't keep track at all. But I've gotten a lot of really long runs in. Really long, meaning 4.5 hours or so. I typically don't really go much longer than that in training, but I've had several really strong weeks where I put in a lot of hours and have felt pretty strong over the last 5 or 6 days since I've been resting. So who knows, man?
Yeah.
I never feel good going into these things.
Sort of an interesting course in that it's a lot of trail, but it's not a whole lot of technical trail. What are you going to go with footwear-wise?
I'm going to wear the trusty Fuels. I think Tony would think they're boats, probably 11-ounce shoes, but, I'm a larger man and need a little bit more support. So I'll be running in the Fuels, which I typically always do.
Nice. Well, best of luck out there, and good seeing you again, Dylan.